Hello, my name's Quentin Mare. I am a professional actor in New York City. I've been a proud card carrying member of Actors Equity since 1999. And making this video to offer my support to my fellow union members in our fight for pay equality. Off-Broadway is a brand, an international brand that symbolizes excellence, the most cutting edge, innovative, imaginative, new work that the American theater has to offer. It represents the nation on the international stage. These are the plays that are being produced at the National in London, that are being produced in Sydney, that are being produced in Berlin. These are the plays that represent us globally. And it is an industry that generates $500 million a year in revenue for the New York City economy alone. It's billion with a B, $500 million a year. That's 4 times more money than the Statue of Liberty generates in a year. The ultimate symbol of America and American ideals, the Statue of Liberty, generates 1/4 the revenue that Off-Broadway theater does. Now that international brand, Off-Broadway, and the excellence that it symbolizes, it can only be maintained by the excellence of the work that is done within it. The actors and the stage managers that do the heavy lifting of maintaining that excellence, of actually giving the Off-Broadway brand its credibility, can't afford to house themselves, feed themselves, clothe themselves on the wages that they are being paid. I'll give you a little anecdote of a personal anecdote to represent what most actors I know face at any given time working on an Off-Broadway contract. A few years ago, I was fortunate enough to do a new play at a regional theater, a premiere, North American premiere of a play at a regional theater. The production was very well received. We received a lot of great press, and it drew the attention of producers and theaters in New York City who wanted to move it. They wanted to take it from the minors out in the provinces and bring it to the majors, bring it to New York. And that happened, fortunately. The production was moved Off-Broadway theater. In order for that to happen, though, I had to take a 50% pay cut in salary. I had to take on the added expense of rent and transportation, which added to that pay cut means the pay cut was more like 75%. And that's all before taxes. That is before agent fees, before union fees, and with the added higher cost of living of being in New York City. Needless to say, that is impossible to live on. And you accrue debt. We go into debt. We subsidize the Off-Broadway theater. Actors, stage managers, we are subsidizing the Off-Broadway theater. We are subsidizing this sector of the theater that generates $500 million a year in revenue. It's a business model that would make the Walton family so proud. Truly. Have your employees subsidize your overhead. If I can't afford the cost of a full price ticket to the show that I am performing in, if I can't afford to see my own work on what I'm being paid, something is wrong. And the model is broken, and it needs to be looked at. And, well, Shakespeare asked us to hold up a mirror to nature. Well, this is it. The members of this union, the voices that you're hearing, are holding up a mirror for you to see, a reflection of the inequality that has been perpetrated, and we're here to say that it can't continue. It shouldn't continue. When you can't afford to see your own work, it makes me think of Henry Ford, that is the kind of business model that we should be looking to for inspiration. He understood that you pay your employees a living wage and enough to afford the very product that they are producing. That is how you build longevity. That is how you have people reinvesting in their own institutions, reinvesting in their own livelihood. And that's what needs to happen. There needs to be an investment in the actors and stage managers working off-Broadway contracts. Thank you for listening. We ask for your support. I ask for your support. And fair wage on stage.